and get right up into it. We got the good brother on the line right now, man. Has a battle upcoming on LA Battlegroundz, the LA card, April 15th. Y'all go ahead and check him out and show some love. We got the good brother Element Rhymes on the phone. Yo, what's going on with you, King?
Shit, man, just on a daily grind as usual, man. How you doing?
I'm doing all good, man. Just sitting here chilling.
Yes,
I appreciate you, calling up, man.
Hell yeah. You already know, man.
Yes, sir. So I'm gonna get right into it, man. How you feeling about your upcoming battle on LA Battlegroundz, man, versus Dopi, man? You ready for it? You seeing a classic body? You seeing a classic battle? What's your feelings on it right now?
I'm seeing a classic body. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna be a classic body. It's gonna be an ugly body. You know what I mean?
Shit. That's like that, huh?
Yeah, man. It's kind of funny too because like how you say like upcomer, it's like weird because I'm not. A lot of people don't even know I'm not necessarily an upcomer. Like I battled in the grind time. I was in the rap Olympics. Even before that, before battling was even popular, I was battling back at the pit. Like I battled Disaster, I battled Dumbfounded. Like I battled, not the name drop or nothing. I'm not into that stuff. But just to give people the gravity of what I have done in the past, So I'm not a stranger to battling. What I'm a stranger to is a new technique as far as written, because I come from an era where it was all freestyles. You feel me? Always coming off the top of the head and not memorizing nothing. That's why some of my battles I zone in and out between writtens and freestyles, So now that I'm participating in a new era, it's like I'm just adjusting myself, So that's pretty much all it is.
Okay, I heard that. And I know you just said that you come from, the old school era where it was more freestyling and everything. When did you actually first get started in battle rap?
So when I got started in battle rap, because, first off, I'm a songwriter, I'm a lyricist. I come from my group Custom Made. We had a major deal at one point, so on and so forth. The battle rap was to me, when I was growing up, it was part as a qualification to be a rapper, Like, it doesn't matter if you can even make a song. I like the all around aspect. Like I can battle somebody, I can make a song, I can write a song for somebody. I can do anything in regards to being a lyricist. So I started battle rapping as soon as I started learning how to rap. As soon as I started putting words together on the paper, is when I started battle rapping. Now I was at 13. So and when I was coming up, I would walk on the street. I would just ask people, me and a homie, we would just like, hey, you rap, you spit, you rap, let's battle right here, right now. No cameras, none of that bullshit. You feel me? So I was in it like that. Like, let's do it now. Fuck that. So that's at like 13. And then growing up, more at like when I got to LA, like 15, and really spending time out here and running around and battling different MCs, and then growing up in the Project Blowed circle and in my own circle, just battling people, It was battle rap was before the cameras and shit. Now I see it as like a business opportunity. It's a business opportunity that advanced into something that's profitable now, So I'm like, I have to get back into it because it makes sense,
Oh,
yeah.
definitely. So are you originally from LA or are you from somewhere else?
Well, I've kind of bounced around. I was a foster child when I was young. I was born in L.A. I moved to Anaheim when I was younger, and I was in and out of group homes. I came back to L.A. around 13, 14, and I spent time in the South Bay area, spent time in the Hawthorne area, South Central, Inglewood. So I just kind of been a low-key Los Angeles military brat, like it's like
I heard that.
It's like just being circulated around. So. I had a lot of transitions in my life that made it to where I had to be really mobile a lot. So, it is what it is.
Definitely heard that.
Yeah.
So, I've been checking out, some of your previous, battles and whatnot. And, so I'm definitely looking forward to you and Dopi. That's a very, the creativity from both of you, first of all, is what's going to catch a lot of people's attention in your battle, because both of you guys are very creative with your material. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's something that I feel like a lot of people can appreciate, that you guys put that time into it. How would you describe your personal style? Like, how do you craft it? Was it more so just pen, or was it like an all-around approach?
I mean, it's all around approach. You know, I'm a savage. That's what I do. You know, I attack, and it's like I think I'm like a wild card. I don't think people know how to really even classify me yet. Like, I just attack. I'm not really into angles. Sometimes I may take an angle, you know, but it's when I feel like it, and I just attack. You know, I don't even know if what even people think about that. Not really mention that much, but when I get on stage, I get down. You can't deny that. Like, I say and do things that people don't even think of. You know what I mean? Like the last battle, I brought up the periodic table. I made all them elements come together into a focused, concentrated weapon. You know, like how many people can even do that? The last battle I did hasn't released yet. I did the same thing, you know, in a different aspect. But with this Dopi thing, you know, I looked at it. I'm like, you know, he has a very unique style. I've seen stuff that he's done, you know, so I'm not really too sure the angle that he takes. I don't really care, you know. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack. You know, I'm like a pit bull. Once I get on your neck, you're dead. That's it. You're dead. You know what I mean?
Heard that. So I have a question for you, man. I ask everybody this question because I want to see, you know, where your mind is as far as battle rap is concerned. If you could give the top 3 battlers, regardless of how big their name is, what platform they're on, if you give your top 3 as far as your hit list of people that you just want to give them that work, like, who would those 3 battlers be?
People I want to give the work to? Okay. So basically, you know, I'm a fan of the lyrics. I'm a fan of an all-around competition. Number 1 is JC. I like JC. He's like the most underrated, not underrated battle rapper that I think is in the game. Fucking hard. And I think that would be a classic between me and him. I want to slaughter him. You feel me? I want to give him the work, because I think he can do that as far as withstanding his own. I think we can really clash, and I think we can deliver a classic. At the end of the day, I want to slaughter him. So I think it'll be fun. Number 2 is, for some reason, to be honest with you, he's been the only one that I was really thinking of that I was edging towards. Number 2, I would say Rum Nitty, maybe, you know, because I think he's cool. I think it'll be fun because he's a wordsmith. And I think I would just have fun with that battle. Number 3, shit, man, I really don't care about a number 3, to be honest with you. Like, fuck a number 3. Like, that's pretty much what was on my mind. Number 3 can be anybody. Like, they're all dead.
Okay, I heard that. So yeah, definitely the JC one. That would be a dope battle. JC's in my personal top 5. Like, I'm a huge JC fan, man. So I think
his pen
with
game
him,
is
and
nice,
you guarantee battling him, you guarantee getting 3 fire rounds. Like, he never cheats the fans. It doesn't matter how big the name is he's battling. He always comes with 3 rounds, and that's something that I really respect with him, as well as yourself. Like, you know, I've been watching your battles for a minute as well, and I've just noticed that every time you come through, you're always bringing great material. Like, you're never really cheating the fans. You're not really taking rounds off like that. You know, and that's something that, you know, it's kind of underappreciated in the battle culture. A lot of those who are consistent kind of get overlooked. But I definitely feel like that's a quality that really needs to be brought back, is just that consistency and that hunger kill. A lot of people don't want to kill anymore. They just want to go ahead and get views or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fuck that. Like, we gonna battle, let's battle. That's it, you know? Like, because I love battle rap, you know? Like, I'm a songwriter, but at the same time, that part of me is never gonna die, because it's like I'm a killer. Like, that's what I do. Like, it's funny too, because, like, to be honest with you, a few years back, before I got back into the battle rap, I was just a fan. You know, I'm watching it, I'm laughing, I got this routine. I go get my food. I fucking sit down. I watch battle. I don't watch sports. Battle rap is my sport. I'm kicking it by myself. So some battle raps. Fucking watch that shit, and I'm good. And I'm like, one day I'm sitting around like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, let's get back into this shit. So I think there's a time in my life, honestly, it's just family and other things that were pulling me aside, but that hunger is just always there. So I think, like, one thing I could say that would never happen to me. I would never, like, not get hungry. Like, you kind of notice when rappers go up, they get a slow progression to being whack, because it's not even necessarily that their content is whack. It's that their heart is no longer in their lyrics. So when the crowd perceives it, it's like it's not connecting, because the person that was once hunger is not connected anymore. There's no reason for them to do it, and that's how you define who's real and who's not. Who's doing it for the views and the money and just for the attention, opposed to who's doing it because it's in their soul and it's coming from their heart. It's never going to die. It's always going to be consistent. Probably why JC is the way he is. You can tell by his movement. You can tell by his cadence. You can tell by the way he's projecting himself that he's very serious about his craft. He practices 24/7, and that's what he does. He's a monster. He comes in like a machine. He doesn't slip. You know what I mean? So it's all about that hunger. And I give that same promise. I got a battle in Wisconsin I'm doing a few weeks before the Battleground battle. So I'm flying to Wisconsin. I'm now coming back, and I'm giving Dopi the word. That's how I'm always going to be. It doesn't matter. I can be doing a show. Like, I can schedule battles in between, because it's fun. It's why not? If somebody thinks their pen game is nice, it's for the love of the culture, to give people something to watch and enjoy, and at the same time, and your heart of hearts is the MC, like, this nigga think he got a doper pen game than me. Let me go ahead and see what he's about. You know what I mean? Like, It's dope. That's irresistible, in my opinion.
I heard that. So I wanted to ask you something, because I know we've been mentioning a lot of, like, the pen game type battlers. Even though Rum Nitty, they might consider him more of a puncher, but he's like an intricate wordsmith, like you said. And JC, obviously, his pen is, to me, it's unmatched in battle rap. I personally believe he has the best pen. Even though Lux is the god pen, he will always have that title. I just feel like consistency of just battling consistent month to month and never a drop off and always something quotable.
Yeah.
I always feel like JC has that. But I wanted to ask you, when it comes to pen game battlers, normally the stigma on them is they're not performing what they're writing. They're just saying what they're writing. But I've heard JC, he mentioned it before, where he said, I am performing, but I'm not going to overperform where it overshadows what I wrote, where I don't have to do this extra dance move or gun gesture to get the bar across. The emphasis is on what I wrote. Do you agree with that, or are you more so of a person who feels like performance should be the first thing that people kind of catch their eyes to?
You know what? At the end of the day, whether you're a dope writer or whether you perform, you need to be you. Because there are some battle rappers that are not that nice. Like, I'll give you an example. Hitman Holler. He's not that nice, in my opinion. I think he's cool, but he's not that nice. But when he performs, he has so much conviction in what he's saying and performing, people believe it. It's all about making people believe what you're rapping about. It's not whether you're performing it or whether you're just talking. Look at the battle that just came out with Geechee Gotti and Saint. Geechee Gotti has a disposition of a damn, like, mobster. Like, he's not over exaggerating. He doesn't have a lot of body movement. He's real. Like, he doesn't have to be over exaggerated. You know what I mean? Like, it's really about being yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's gonna resonate on camera. And just in everyday life, when people meet you and all that stuff, But sticking to the subject is just battle rap on camera. You can't fake your disposition. Like, people are gonna see that shit. So whether you're performing it or not, and as far as, like, doing what you're rapping about, who gives a fuck? Like, everybody's rapping about shooting people and this and that. It's all entertainment at the end of the day. But I think some people They do rap about stuff they've done. For me, I rap about stuff that I've done, and maybe if I know some far out shit sometimes, maybe I haven't done it, but I certainly came up with it for a reason. It's stuff I will do, and writing keeps me sane. I've had a very difficult upbringing where writing and been through some situations that nobody really knows about, where writing has kept me grounded. Like, don't do this right now. Pick up this pen, So it's all about just being you at the end of the day and just putting that out there. And if people hate it, they hate it. They love it, they love it.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. I feel you coming from on that.
Yeah.
Definitely writing is something that I know for myself. I'm not like a battler or anything like that, but I do write a lot, like poetry, things of that nature. And writing is something where it's just, it's an outlet where you can be creative and you can get some things off your mind instead of just holding it in. So I definitely understand where you're coming from. And I could definitely see where somebody who battles, all the time could use that as an outlet, because you're doing it, so you might as well put your passion into it. Just don't make it some plain gun bar or something like that. Put something into it that people can feel, because that's going to be the material that people are going to get around more.
Exactly. It's like, I'd be interested in what people think too. Like, people, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, yeah, I'd just be interested. Like, some people rap about the same shit all the time. I'd be wondering, like, what is really in your heart? Like, what would you really want to write if it was these cameras weren't here? Just like in the back of my mind, like, yeah, it sounds good, but like give me something about you, like something. You don't have to make some kind of sob story where you consistently rap about the same struggle, but I would like to hear something different, It is kind of like, damn, I want to hear something fresh.
Yeah, that is definitely true, man. So, you have this battle, obviously you have the battle with Dopi in April on LA Battlegrounds. Y'all get your tickets for that, by the way. Y'all don't want to miss this event. It's going to be crazy, LABEEF3. But like you were saying, you have a battle in the Midwest a few weeks beforehand. Who is your opponent for that battle right there, and what are your thoughts on that battle?
So his name is LL Cool G, and it's funny because, Rum, shout out to Brooklyn Rum, he hooked it up, and Cortez, and they basically was like, we're going to give you a monster from out here. I looked up LL Cool G, because especially after coming from the Zoe Green battle, it was at a caliber where it was like, I don't want to go backwards. So it's like, I believe Cool G's going to step in the right direction, especially if he's like the man out there. I know they're trying to get him on URL and Smack. I think it's going to be a slaughter. I think the only thing I'll have against me is maybe environment. I'm in a place where it's his town. I'm coming from LA, and I have to embrace that environment and deal with it. But the wavelength I'm on, it's not going to matter. He's dead. So like with LL Cool G, his last battle was the dopest battle. I believe like the other battles I've seen was like him, I don't know, he just be rapping about like some, I don't know what the fuck he be rapping about, man. He be reaching. Like, it's just crazy. But the last battle I seen, the most recent one of them, was like 2-3 months ago or something, and he kind of polished his style for what he does. And I was like, that's the Cool G I want. That's going to be the one that's going to make it a fight. That'll make it a fight. He's still going to die, but he's going to make it something for people to watch. And it's not going to be like I'm picking on somebody or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, that's going to be looking forward to seeing that as well when that one finally does happen. Also, like I said, the battle with you and Dopi, man, like when I seen that, it just to me, and just diverse material where it's like you're not going to get your typical battle bar. Like, it's going to be something a lot different where it's going to make people think a lot more than what most people act like they want to, but it's a good thing.
Yeah.
We need a balance from all just the gun bars and, all that kind of stuff. We do need balance and people who are willing to push their pen to a new level.
Yeah, exactly, because it's not all about the gun bars. Like, I mean, I just don't get it, man. Like I grew up in the streets as well. Like, I don't bang or nothing like that, but I got homies to do it. I've been around the environment, and I've been in situations where it's like, you don't have to rap about guns all the time. Who cares? And at the end of the day, it's like, you don't really want to put that shit out there. It's not something that you really want to advertise. And it's like the people that talk about it, they're not really about it, you know. Those are the ones that are the most scared. Their homies are shooting for them. They're never the ones doing it themselves, you know. Most of them, like, why, you know? And it's like fucking these guys who rapping about all this stuff, they're certainly capable of putting together more meaningful battles than what they're doing. I think they're doing it because it's marketable and it sounds good, you know? Because some of these guys are smart guys. You look at their interviews or how they're putting together, like, come on, man. Like, you're not a killer like that. You know, they don't think like that. And it's like there's very few, like a small percentage that are rapping and they say certain things that it hit you. And it's like, I'm like, oh, I could feel that, you know? But for the most part, like you said, it's certainly going to be a paradigm shift when me and Dopi battle because we're on some other shit. And I'm interested in what he has to bring and has to say because, you know how I am. I feed off energy. That's my battle technique because even though I have my written, no matter what you say to me, I'm going to respond in a way that's either going to be parallel or going to derail you because I really go off energy. So if he has something that's far out, you know, I'm going to match that. Like, it doesn't matter what he has to say because they say with your prey, in order to dictate their death, you look through your prey's eyes. That's exactly what I do in the battles. You know, exactly. There's nothing you can do to overtake me or catch me on a surprise. It's not going to happen. And even if you try to embarrass me or something like that, I'm so comfortable in myself. I can't be, you know. I really don't. I'm numb to that kind of stuff. So at the end of the day, it's going to be a bar fest, you know. I want to see what's going to happen. It's going to be a war of wordsmiths. Like, it's going to be entertaining.
Yeah, definitely. I wanted to ask you something because, you know, I'm born and raised in California out here in the West in Sacramento, and growing up, battle rap was never. It wasn't ever really big out here. Like, one of the things that I, you know, always say, and what I've always heard people say as well that are from here, is like, well, the East Coast was building and battle rap and doing their thing with that. Californians, all of us out here in the West, we were gangbanging. Like, it was a completely different reality. And so now it's starting to shift where we're starting to get into battle rap, which is great. And, you know, you're really starting to see all the young talent starting to come out, the battlers who, you know what I'm saying, starting to get they just do. But I wanted to ask you because, you know, as the West is building right now, what do you feel, you know, what are some things that need to happen for the West to really build themselves into a powerhouse where battle rap out here in the West, on the West Coast, is really taken seriously by the people?
Honestly, I think it needs to be like, I think it needs to be very organized and I think it needs to be devised like an army. And I always looked at battle rap as like really like boxing, with coaches and trainers. And I look at Alcatraz and Mr. Woods like they're like the coaches, you know. I think it needs to be people like that are actually pushing artists like us to the forefront and showing us how to do certain things, you know, whether it's us or somebody else, and sticking to that and developing this core group of people that actually know how to contend against the East Coast in a strong manner, you know. And from that, the people that we grow from here, you know, there's a spawn of a newer generation that come up under us, you know, that are also strong, just as strong. Because to be honest, the disconnect is because the East Coast started hip hop, so they always look down. They're always going to look down on us because they feel they're the originators, you know, which they are in a sense. So when the West Coast battle rappers battle the East Coast battle rappers, they're like, we're not as dope because they come from a whole different environment where they created hip hop and we're just coming on the bandwagon. You know, which in a sense is kind of true because when I used to come up, we battled at the Pit. And that's where Disaster came from, me and a few other rappers. And when Smack started circulating, like Smack DVD and all that, the Pit rappers rapped exactly like the East Coast rappers. Like they emulated the style down to the T, you know? So it was like dang, like why do the West Coast rappers sound like the East Coast rappers, you know? So I'm kind of happy now that everybody out here has like their own sound, you know. So what needs to happen is we have to have a consistency in our sound to where people are constantly hearing it and they know that we are not a force to mess with. Because what's happening right now is like people are not familiar with it, so they hate on it. You know, they say they hate it, then they love it eventually. But right now, we have to be consistent with what we're doing in order for us to gain the respect and gain that acceptance and develop new opportunities. So I think we're on the right path, man. I think we just have to be more consistent with the people we have, with how we're doing it, and I think we really need to be united. You know, like the coast doesn't have to be separated. Like especially if we're going to go against like the East Coast or whoever. You know, just needs to be united and consistent. That's all.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, I definitely am excited about where, you know, battle rap in the West Coast is going to be going to, because right now, in my opinion, we have the best young talent as far as battlers in the West, like in battle rap, period. Like, you just look at all the names, it's just so much talent here. And, you know, one thing that you said that, you know, I wanted to ask you about was you said, you know, to, you know, gain the respect of, you know, your peers and the people in battle rap to make, you know, just to look at us as a reputable brand out here on the West Coast. Do you feel that it would be better for us to just do our own thing and take our respect, where it's like, no, we'll just build our own thing out here and eventually y'all will have no choice but to mess with us? Or do you feel like it would be better to just go out there to the East and put on, you know, great battles out there and get people's attention like that?
Both. Because power is not concentrated in one particular area. So if we are only focused on here, we can only get as far as we envision our limitations. So if we're stuck on the coast, we're stuck on the coast. To look abroad and beyond that, in order to really develop power, because power doesn't stick to one thing. It conquers and it devastates and it dominates. We have to go to the East Coast, you know. That's why when I seen that Danny Myers battle where he went out there and battled Rex, you know, I love that. Even though he still didn't get the recognition that he wanted, he still went out there and dominated. But the people's heart of hearts, they know when somebody's ripped. He ripped Rex. That's not a question, you know. So we have to do it on a consistent basis. That's the thing. It can't be in spurts. It has to be consistent in order for people to be like, the niggas is not playing. They are coming out and they are fucking putting on, you know? So developing our own thing, I look at the West Coast as like we're sharpening ourselves, you know? We're sharpening our tools against ourselves. And we're like crafting each other's skills, and iron sharpens iron. We're out here really like putting in work and molding each other. So I look at this as like, it's like war. You know, the soldiers over here, we're molding each other. We're testing each other's firearms, or we're training. You know, we're in combat. So when we go to the East Coast, it's a takeover. You know, when we go overseas and we take on some don't flop motherfuckers, or we go to Canada and take on KOTD. I know they have a thing out here, they're doing it all that shit, but you know what I mean. It's like we're a powerhouse. Everybody that comes out of here is like the fucking dream team, you know. So like being over here is fine, but shit, you know, I don't know any artists that went platinum selling in their own city or state. You know, we got to go worldwide. We got to dominate.
Most definitely. I definitely feel like eventually it's gonna get to that point where things start shifting and people start looking at us out here. I know for a while the stigma was there wasn't anybody from here that sounded like they were from here. Most everybody either sounded like an East Coast battler, they sounded like something from Grind Time or King of the Dot. And now it's like, well, we have something where you would say it's an authentic West Coast sound, like Geechee, Dre Vicious, B-Dot, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys, like Yak, a lot of these guys, Ron Compton, they have like that authentic West feel that a lot of people remember from back in the day. And I feel like now, you know, we're actually starting to build and actually starting to put something together. So I'm definitely excited where you guys take this, man, because like I said, the ball is in y'all court, man. You guys are going to be the ones to take us to that next level, man.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm excited, man.
Yeah, most definitely. So I know that
Excited.
you have your battle with Dopi, and you're excited about
Hell
that.
yeah.
What other battles on this LA Beef 3 card are you most looking forward to seeing?
Shit, man. Shit, all of them really, man. To be honest, like I usually leave early because I come with somebody. We head out early. I always look forward to seeing all of them because I like to monitor, like just the progression level of our coast. So I want to see every single battle. The only thing I'm discouraged is some of the fucking CDFs. They're like them motherfuckers be weak sometimes. Sometimes you get a jewel, but like other than that, like them motherfuckers got to come with it. As far as on the card, I want to see everybody. I love battle rap. Like, I'm a fan first. Like I love battle rap. Like I know how motherfuckers are tripping off of the Lush thing. I know he posted in the forum earlier how he was tripping, or not. He wasn't really tripping, but people in the YouTube comments are tripping because he over exaggerates whatever. At the end of the day, I mean, it looks a little annoying, but like if you really put it in perspective, like he has, and I know he's hyping it and stuff for for the crowd. He has the best seat for a battle rap fan. Like he's in front of like classic battles. Like he has the best seat. Like I would flip out too. Like when I hear a dope metaphor, a dope line, I like want to like rip somebody's face off. Like, did you hear that? Like this is like hard, So it's just like I love it. I want to see everybody. I'm expecting to hear it at bars from everybody. So I want to hear that. I want to hear that real shit.
I heard that. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to these battles, man. This event overall, man, it's very well put together. Like that's something that LA Battlegrounds does very well is they put matchups together very well. The best in battle rap, to be honest, because a lot of people, when they put cards together, they just go for big names, and a lot of times the matchups don't really work. You kind of get lackluster battles. But as far as with Traz and Woods, what they put together, man, this is definitely a dope event. You know what I'm saying? I recommend everybody, all you guys, be in attendance for this. It's going to be crazy.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. I definitely, want to say one more time, man, I definitely appreciate you, calling up, man, and, chopping it up with us,
yeah.
man, showing some love, man. I definitely appreciate you. These last few minutes here, man, I was going to open the floor for you, man, to go ahead and do any shout-outs that you may have, be able to plug, like if you do music, upcoming battles, any few minutes, be all you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, look, make sure to follow my music. You can go to SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Element Rhymes. You can see my music videos. Go to YouTube, type in Element Rhymes, and Bandcamp Element Rhymes all the way around. Shout out to LA Battlegrounds for giving us a platform to display our talent. Shout out to the whole custom made crew. Shout out to everybody really holding it down since day one. And shout out to the whole West Coast movement. I know it can even seem minute for the moment, but this right here is a recording in a small particular moment in history, that's just going to validate everything in the future, because right now I'm excited because the West Coast has a dope lineup. I'm really excited to be a part of it. I'm excited to watch it and, experience and feel it. So, shout out to everybody supporting it. Shout out to you too, man, giving us another platform to really get out here and, make this possible, man. Shout out to you too, man.
I definitely appreciate that, man. My whole goal is just to go ahead and give back to my coast, man. We don't have anybody out here that's really like focusing on us. Like if there's a big event, they might focus on us, show some love. But then there's a lot of other battlers out here that's dope too that may not have the type of name that would warrant, some of these other outlets to come here. And it's like, nah, I want to give everybody something, man. Y'all all come here, talk that shit, get on here. You know what I'm saying? Just to get us, some light out here, man. So You know, so I'm in this fight with y'all too, man. I definitely appreciate all the love and support that you guys been giving me, man. It's all love, man.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Yeah, we gotta keep it moving, you know, just stay consistent with everything, you know, and we're gonna be fine, man. I'm excited, like I said, to see the future of this, and I'm excited to be in the moment, man, to be honest with you, because that's where everything counts.
Yes, sir. That's 100,
yes, sir.
man. But yeah, definitely appreciate you calling up, man. And we're going to get you back up here soon, man. Maybe before the event, you know what I'm saying, kind of check in, see how everything went with the battle in the Midwest, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, check and see how you feeling about your battle with Dopi as well.
Oh, yeah, you get me after the Midwest, I'm going to be in the middle of monster mode. You know, after a battle, I get on a natural high. You're going to catch me. I was light on the shit. I didn't even shit talk like that. But you're going to, man, do an interview before that. Beware everybody.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, we're going to have to get you and Dopi up on here pretty soon, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and let both of y'all talk that shit before y'all battle.
Man, let's do it.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, King. I'll be hitting you up soon, man.
Yeah, you too, man. I appreciate the interview.